Henry learns a lesson. Meet Henry, the third engine to ever explore on Glacier Park. Sir Topham Hatt had chosen him and Thomas for Henry's been enjoying his first day on Henry's enjoying his life on Glacier Park, working in Glacier Park. He has a bridgeway to get from Glacier Park to the island of Sodor. He works so well, Sir Topham Hatt gave him and Thomas a special job. You can pull freight carts and coaches quite easily, he said. But you must learn by your mistakes. Thomas was shunting the coaches with the caboose. They coupled the caboose to Henry. Henry tries to leave the station as fast as he can. Go on, he said. Don't go so fast. But Henry didn't listen. As when they made it to the next station, Henry was going so fast that they couldn't even stop the train in time. So they end up having to back up the train. Toby was waiting at the station with his big coach, Henrietta. Hello, said Toby. Hello, Henry, said Toby. Feeling good? Feeling better? That's good. And he puffed off importantly the conductor blew his whistle, and Toby said, "That's my conductor. I must go now." And he puffed off importantly with Henrietta. Finally, Thomas and Henry just head off for the last station. As they were getting to the last station, they saw a pasture of horses. Prehistoric horses snuck into the pen too. The fence was mended, and the prehistoric horses were back again. Go on. Finally, as they made it to the last station, Henry let off the passengers. At this point, Henry is very nervous of what Sir Topham Hatt will say about the coaches. But the next day, Henry will wonder what Sir Topham Hatt is going to say about the passengers. About what the passengers have been commenting. The next morning, Henry was in big trouble. "If you can't behave, I shall take away your green coat and have you painted orange." Henry did not like that at all. Instead of just listening to Sir Topham Hatt's orders, Henry got upset. He was so angry, he shunted the coaches back. The coaches and people didn't like the way Henry was treating them. "Oh, don't shunt us bad," yelled the coaches. "Gah! Don't talk, come on," Henry said. The passengers didn't want to even go near Henry, not even a Henry was puffing along his branch line in Glacier Park. And so the coaches were begging Henry to slow down. Slow down, they said. We're going to stop. They said, we're going to stop. Finally, Henry stopped. Henry stopped by a hill. By a hill. And his fireman and driver went out to inspect the problem. Unfortunately, Henry has caused a pipe leak in the coaches. Henry knows that Sir Topham Hatt will be really crossed with him. How will we fix it? Wondered the driver. We'll fix it with the newspaper and a leather bootlace. But none of the crew members had a leather bootlace. So, what are we gonna do if we don't have a leather bootlace? We just might have to leave Henry behind and walk. The passengers were very upset. We'll ask a passenger to borrow his bootlace, he said. Then a man was standing in front. They saw a man standing by the caboose. Excuse me, sir, said the driver. Can we have your leather bootlace, please? I won't. Give it, Can you give us your leather bootlace? I won't, he said. Then I'm afraid the train is going to have to stay where it is. The passengers were really upset. They were telling how bad of a railway this was. Then they told the man how bad he was instead. Then the man decides to finally give up his bootlace, allowing Henry to continue on with the journey. Nervous Henry puffed away and wished that he hadn't been so silly with the coaches.